now.
Okay, so I went to Jim Fariello, and he showed me a way how he's finding old cabins and things that used to exist and isn't now. And so he's plotted one out, and we've kind of walked to it, and we came right to it. And tell me how you was finding that, and then I'm going to tell first thing we found here. Well, actually, the second thing we found here.
Well, I went through a lot of the old maps, and when they plotted the area here in Utah, this area, it's pretty accurate. I have been doing a lot of research, and like I said, research is 90% of treasure hunting. I found the old rock fort that way. Now, I found an old cabin up here. This old cabin is in the middle of nowhere. It's probably not here anymore. It was next to a spring, and there's a spring. We transposed it on to a new topographic map from the old original plot maps. So we have a GPS coordinates. We have phone, and AT&T, we have service here. Literally tracked, went right to the spring. So we're in here looking for the opportunity to find old coins. And guess what this turkey just found?
So I'm going to kind of scan the area we're at. We're in the middle of nowhere.
There's the spring that was on the map.
There's the spring right there. And here's the area we're at. We're in the middle of nowhere. There was an old cabin here at one time, and you'd never know it except for here. These rocks,
right?
You know, that would have been part of it. So that's what you look for, things that aren't natural.
Well, so also this can be an outlaw cabin and or a miner's cabin. When we came in, we saw a lot of quartz, and in the quartz there's a lot of copper. This area has a lot of copper. There's a copper smelter about 10 miles that way, and there's an old mine on the map. Now, it's not listed as a mine, but we looked through the satellite, and it's not on any of the top of maps or on any of the old maps, but we saw the audit, the tailings and stuff there. So this more than likely was an old miner's cabin, and here we are.
So the first thing I found in this area was this top of an old can.
Get over there and
point
out for your grandpa.
We'll pick it up and take it out of here as trash. But the second target we found is this hole right here. Hold on here. And here's the second thing we found.
A $50 seated Liberty 1873 with arrows.
Okay, turn it over. Cool. So I have found silver dollars before.
That's a half.
Oh, this is a $50.
That's a half dollar. That's a half.
Oh.
That's a seated half with 1873.
1873.
With arrows, which is very rare.
So I have found silver dollars before, but never out in the middle of nowhere like this. So, Jim, man, thank you for sharing your research, how you do this. And
I can't get anybody to come up to the cabin with me and go treasure hunting. If you want to go treasure hunting, give me a call. Just like Terry, I'll take you to places you never, ever thought of. There's so much up here. There's treasure, old cabins and stuff.
And you have, man. You've taken me on, showed me some cool old cabins, dugouts, everything. It's pretty awesome.
Well, let's find some more.
Let's find some more.
Let's find some gold coins.
Let's find some gold coins. All right.
What is this? Has he been processing ore right here?
Okay, here's our finds for the day, but I want to thank Jim Fariello for taking me and my grandson out on a great trip, man. We let us stay at his cabin. He fed us. He took us and seen a ton of cool sights, you know. The old dugouts where the old ranchers and outlaws used to stay, the old cabins. Jim, thanks. Here's what we found at the cabin that Jim located with his research, and you couldn't even tell there was even a cabin there. Jim thought maybe this was an outlaw cabin where they buried $20,000 in gold coins, but This turned out to be an old prospector's cabin, and you can see we've got some little bit of silver ore right here, some copper ore right here, and then this is a piece of coke. Coke is made out of coal. It's made so it'll burn hotter than coal. They use that to smelt their ores, and here you can see the slag from when they percolated to the top when they were smelting their metals, and it turns glassy. Well, they pour that off, and so then they pour their whatever they're smelting, silver or copper, some kind of an iron ring, a modern bullet, and then we have a piece of lead out of a bullet, and these old 45, 70, and other pistol caliber old bullet casings. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, I don't know if you can see the holes in the bottom where the primer would be. Anyways, here's an old, you can see the 4 holes in that primer. And then, of course, the old, found the old 1873 seated $50. And then these two, Jim found these 2 tax tokens, Utah relief tokens. And you can see the one has a bullet hole right in it. And here's my story, and I'm sticking to this story. This guy's a terrible shot. He threw that thing up in the air, tried to hit the center, the star, and he missed it. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, Jim, thanks for a great time. Man, I hope to be invited back again sometime. Thanks.